afternoon and welcome to today's edition of the Generation Next program on this wonderful station, Orient TV channel 59 and on Star Times channel 113. My name is Esther and Nmaju, and I sincerely apologize for coming a little behind schedule due to some technical issues, but anyway, we're here now. You know what Generation Next TV program is all about. We discuss everything that borders the young person, and today we're discussing why some young people fail to actualize their goals. That's what we're discussing today, something very important. And I have two wonderful young people in the house, in the studio today, to do justice to this topic. As is my tradition, I like them to introduce themselves by themselves. Let me start with the lady first. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
You're welcome to Generation Next.
Thank you.
Okay, so can we get to know you?
Well, I'm Ibeji Jachinma, Nancy.
Okay, what do you do?
I'm a student.
You're a student?
Yeah.
Okay, let me introduce my other guest before I get back to Nancy. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
What's your name?
My name is Prince Opara.
So what do you do?
First of all, I'm a music artist, a motivational speaker. I speak with youths and young people, and I also enjoy what I'm
so much. Okay, I have the right set of people in the studio today. I have a student and I also have someone who deals a lot with young people. So now let me go straight to the person that deals a lot with a young person. At what point can we say a young person has failed?
Okay. First of all, we need to understand that the word failure is an event. When you say a young person has failed, that means that young person has stopped trying. The person has stopped trying because it's an event that happens to you. Maybe you were unable to achieve a goal, unable to achieve a particular task you wanted to achieve, and then you decided to stay there, decided to stay grounded, decided to stay down. You don't want to try any other thing again. You don't want to try something new. You don't want to try another thing. That's more like giving up.
Okay, is at the point of giving up that you can now say the person has failed. Okay. I'll get back to you, Sha. The lady,
Yes.
At what point, we're discussing why young people fail. So at what point can you say that a young person has failed?
Well, to me, I'll say that the point where you can say a youth or someone has failed is when you have not achieved the goals, your set goals, when you have decided not to further with your achieved goals. You feel there is no need going further because of the challenges you are facing or the challenges you have faced while trying to achieve your set goals.
Okay, I think I'm getting to for you, for the guy, is when you stop trying, right? Yes. Then for you, even when you've achieved something, when you don't want to further in it, you have failed.
Yeah.
Okay, let me now become very realistic with you. At the beginning of 2019, the year is rounded up.
Good. Absolutely.
Good. So, did you have some things you wanted to achieve this year?
Yes.
Did you achieve all?
Not all.
What's your percentage?
Realistically, not all. I'd say 70%, 60-70%, because I know I still remember there are some things I wanted to do that I was unable to do.
Okay.
I was unable to do.
That will lead us to a very important question. So then you too, at the beginning of this year, you had some things you wanted to actualize this year, right?
Well, sincerely, the only thing that was on my mind was my education. Nothing else.
Yes, even as a student, while in school, you can tell yourself, like every semester, those days when I was in school, I used to write my GP. The GP I wanted to achieve for that semester on top of one place, I write my results. So you had no target even in your education?
I just felt that I just needed more A's, though I've not really tried looking into my GP, but I just felt I needed not a good number of A's anyway.
Not the way you wanted it to be.
Yeah.
Okay, now that leads us to a very important question. Let me just continue with you.
Okay.
That's why I like this program. You said for a student, your own plan was just your academics.
Yes.
Fine, no problem. I don't have a problem with that. But if as a student you are set goals, you said you've not paid attention to your GP. You're in what level now?
Okay, I'm entering my finals.
Are you serious? And you're not paying attention to your GP? People need to wake up, seriously. Okay, so now as a young person, what do you think is responsible for people not actualizing some of their goals, including you? So let's go ahead. What are the factors?
Well, To me, I'm going to look at it at a general point of view. I'm not just going to tie it down to one particular thing. So first of all, the first thing is upbringing. Then upbringing is part of it. Personal factor is part of it. Societal values, what we value, what the society values.
Okay, so can you, give explanations or just mentioning them?
Okay, fine. When I'm talking about upbringing, before I start explaining them, I could remember when I was in secondary school, in my economics class, my teacher came up before she started teaching us. She asked us, what do we think are the factors or the things that hinder us, we the students, from being better individuals? Then no one responded. Then suddenly she was like, fine, that she's going to give us the 3 major factors that affects we the youth growing up. And she was like, the first thing is nature, second, nurture, then third, environment. Now, bringing it down to how I'm going to break it down now, the first thing I say is upbringing, which is nurture. Then upbringing affects, it goes a long way, because you see, especially when you have an only son or an only child, you find out that the parents wouldn't want people, so let's say in the school, they wouldn't want the teachers to beat them or to be harsh on them, or even when elderly ones correct them, they'll be like, oh no, please, take it easy on him, he's the only one I have, I don't want him to die. You find them saying such statements.
Does it affect them?
Yeah, it affects the child. When the child grows up, the child feels he can do anything he wants, forgetting that there are laid down principles which he has to follow in life.
Wait, I'm talking about goals. Does it affect them actualizing?
Yeah, it affects them. Probably he feels that, what if he has this dream of becoming a lawyer, but he feels that he'll have this mindset that I don't need to follow the laid down principles. I don't need to go through the processes of being a lawyer. I have my mom. I have my dad. Wow, they can do that for me.
Okay, I think I'm getting your point now.
Yeah, they can do that for me on a platter of gold without me stressing, without me doing what other kids do to become that lawyer.
Okay, so you think the way they are being nurtured, their upbringing has a way of affecting them?
It's a mindset thing.
Okay.
You understand? It affects their mindset, it affects their thinking, it affects their perspective, it affects how they think, how they see life. Okay. They see it not as if it's a bed of roses.
Okay, because of that, there won't be drive to strive. And I'll get back to you. Now, Mr. Prince, from your work with the young person, and including yourself, when I don't like when you're young. Me, I'm also young.
Yeah,
we're all young. Okay, young. So what do you think is the reason why young people are failing to actualize their goals in life?
Okay, a couple of factors lead to this. Lack of persistence is one of them. And then this one is critical also. Too many goals.
Can you explain that part? I think I like it.
Now, you find a young person, like you just said earlier, 2019 was approaching then, and then you just bring out your book, and then you write about 20 goals you want to achieve.
Not minding that the month is 12. Go ahead.
The 20 goals you want to achieve before the end of the year, and then you forget that there are a couple of other factors that will come into play as the year runs. Then now you have your 20 goals by January 1. And then, there's this enthusiasm that comes when when the year is about starting. We want to do some things, you want to just release them. Now you have 20. By the end of January, you'll be so overwhelmed by your 20 goals, especially if you did not come up with specific plans or come up with concepts or ideas on ways you want to reach each goal. You'll be so overwhelmed by the 20 that you just drop them by the end of January.
Sebi, at the end of January, no more goals.
No more. You'll just be running your life normal. Before you know it, you slip back into where you're coming from.
Okay, so too much goals is a factor for
It's a
failure.
factor.
Are you serious?
It's a
Yes, I think it's, sometimes when you expatiate these things or explain it, it becomes clearer.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
a
I'm
factor.
even a victim of this your 20 goals. Okay. You said something about nature, right?
Yes, nature.
So what is the business between nature and failing for a young person?
Nature, we have youths who are lazy naturally. They just don't like doing anything. The men, they just, if you ask them, why are you not doing this? Or why don't you do this thing this way? They'll be like, please, I don't want stress. Like in school, you find out that someone will come and meet you. Baby, read though. You know, say your head, they carry am. Me, my head, no, they carry am. I don't understand what now they read though.
Are you serious?
And you'll be like, wow, really? You become astonished. You don't even know what to tell the person. The best thing you just nod your head. Oh, no problem, I've heard. Some of them, they will come inside in the exam hall. They'll be like, nah, me, I don't get time to come there read question. I be waiting in the right. That number one now waiting. I be may I join you there, right?
But do you actually tell them?
Luckily enough, I'm not the type of person that enjoys sitting at the back because I know that the back is fully with people that don't understand what they are doing. And secondly, my group of friends, they are intelligent, they are serious-minded, you understand? They are still people who value education. I mean, men, there are people who don't value education. So I flow with those who value education. And luckily enough, we don't even disturb ourselves with, what's number one? We just write, and maybe when you feel, okay, I've forgotten this point. What's communication again? We just say communication is the process of boom, the person starts writing. So I wouldn't say yet from my 100 level down to my 300 level, I've never had this problem of sitting with someone who doesn't know anything because I can't bear it.
I think I'm enjoying myself today. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, you see this failure issue is very serious. I'm seriously enjoying this student part of failing. So now let me get back to you. Apart from the too many goals, and you talked about persistence, what other things you think is responsible for failure?
Okay, this factor. Let me talk about this factor. Some people think they don't have time. Some people think they don't have time to actually pursue whatever goal they desire. Now, why am I saying this? You find someone who wants to actually, let's say someone wants to start working out. Maybe you just want to just come down to shape. You just want to, be better. Okay, well, let's go to the education system. Mm-hmm. Now you see a student who wants to maybe come out with first class. Mm-hmm. They just want to come out the best in school. Then you now watch this student's lifestyle from year one, and you just find out that this person he will feel he does not have time to read.
The person wants to come out with first class.
He will feel he does not have time to read. Why? Because number one, he will share his time to a couple of other things. That year one is very, very critical. That's where you have all the events, awareness, all the social nights,
all the nights,
all the nights like this. You just see them getting involved, and then by the end of the semester, you just see someone who has the intention of coming out with a first class, now hitting maybe 2.5 or 1.8, and then something. The person will now that's when it will dawn on you that, man, you are now in for something serious. I remember my first year. I did not do all the night something, but I felt, because then in school we did English, maths, chemistry, physics, biology, all the secondary school subjects kind of. So it looked like we knew it. We had the idea of all these things. So we did not push more. Luckily, God helped us. It was 3.0 for me, 3.07. That was when it now dawned on me that this is the time. And whatever thing, year one is so critical that whatever you do in your first level, it has impact up until your final
I think I also struggled.
It has
to
impact.
I really had issues with that too. Because when I was in we just felt until at that point I was not making sure every semester
Yes.
I was meeting 4, but that's the only way I could make a very high, but it was so much hard work.
So much.
So you see, for a young person, there's no time to be there and you have time. Which one is you don't have time? If you don't have time, you're going to have the time later. Yes. Okay, so let's move ahead. When we're talking about why young people are failing, and you discuss too many goals and not having time. This person talked about nurture and nature. Fine. What is the effect of failing, the ripple effect of a young person failing on the society?
Okay, it's obvious. It's glaring. If you walk our streets, if you walk our streets, you just see the effect on the society. You see young people. I get pained. I get more like bitter. I remember those days in secondary school. I see some of my mates now, some of the people we started with, enthusiastic. I see some of them now in some of the parks, some of them all these stout, all these aboro things, and that's one of the effects for me. I miss the other vices, normal robbery, try to quick reach schemes, all these things. This one it pains me because I don't know how
they came to that point.
And then how they will take care of their children in the future, their family, how they will give back to the society. What are they actually going to give back to the society? When someone is a doubt, I wonder. I'm bothered.
You're very emotional about it.
No, seriously.
Okay. You see, there's something we are getting from this. It means, as a young person, when you fail, the effect of your failure is not just on you. It's on the next generation. Our program is generation. It's on you too first. Somebody said something. Said if you succeed, you first of all enjoy first before you give others. And when you fail, you also suffer first before your suffering goes to others. Okay, fine. Let me get to the lady. When we were discussing failure, apart from you said something about nurture and your environment, can you talk about the nature and the environment? Can you talk about this more before I get to this question?
The environment.
Yes, the environment.
Okay, the environment now has to do with the society you're in. And now when you come down to the society, we now have the norms and values that are being accepted and encouraged. Coming down to our society, the new society we have now, you find out that hard work isn't encouraged any longer. I mean, good, good things, good values, morals are not encouraged any longer. For instance, when I had a chat with my humble lecturer, Dr. Alex, he told me that when he was a lecturer at Godfrey University, so there was this student that succeeded. She had a first class. She graduated first class. Then, when the girl came back for her clearance, he told the girl that, see, we have been on talking terms, so he has decided to move this to another level. So the girl was like, okay, she agreed. And the next thing she told the man is that she was going to give it a thought, that she will give him a reply the next day. Lo and behold, the next day came. The man asked her, have you thought about it? The girl said yes. That she only has one question. And that question is this salary, this little payment they are giving you that you are going to use to marry me?
Are you serious?
Wonderful. It dawned on him that moment, that thought the girl was thinking, she used it to go research on the salary that's being given to him, you understand? So because of that, she said no. Well, I wouldn't really blame her, because now, if you are not rich, they say, okay, I think, to me, I believe that what makes a man is money. And I think that's how we all see it. So if she marries a man that's poor, I mean, it's as if there's no dignity, there's no respect. Even when we know, okay, if he comes to a meeting and they know that this man that doesn't have anything, what he's saying is right. But since a rich man has talked, they go for the rich man. Yes, you are saying it, he will follow you. You understand? They shush the other one because he doesn't have anything. So somehow you won't blame the girl, because that's what the society is supporting.
I'm trying not to, let's not get off what we're discussing.
Okay.
I'm getting your point.
Okay.
So you mean because the society does not accept hard work?
Yes.
People fail.
Yeah, that's why they fail. They fail to, maybe like some of us, if you are online, if you are really online, there is this thread that was raining. Someone said, when we were in school, we said we will be a doctor, we will be this. But in Nkechi, how far now? 10,000, buy your goods and services, I supply handbag, what's going on? You find out that the society has contributed in killing that dream, thereby making that person, that youth, a failure. You become stagnant.
Thank you. I think sometimes I even like talking to students, because people have the solutions to the problem, because you're inside it. Okay. So now let's get to solving this. You understand? Let's solve this program. Let's solve this problem. Sorry, not this program. So if someone is failing, does it mean there's no solution to it?
Oh, no. There are solutions. There are solutions if someone is failing. Like I said before, one of the reasons I gave was lack of persistence. Now, if you failed, and then first of all, I want to suggest, possibly you've set goals and you are unable to achieve them. Now, first of all, I want you to sit down, try to analyze, try to look at the mistakes, try to look at the reasons why you were unable to meet the goals you set, the reasons why you failed at that particular objective of yours. And then once you finish your analysis, try to spot what happened, why did you do this, and try to do something different. Again. And
try not to make too many goals,
yes.
to set too many goals. Okay, to you, solutions to failure.
Well, solutions to failure. I think let's say the first thing there is, let the policies of the government be friendly. There are governmental policies that don't encourage the youth. So let the government try to look into those policies and make them friendly.
Okay, so if government is not making their policy friendly because we're not seeing it forthcoming, what can they do? Can we just do it in a few minutes?
Okay, just try to remain focused and change your peer group. Yeah, peer influence, the pressure. When this peer pressure is on you, you tend to derail from what you have in mind. So stay focused. Don't expect too much from anybody, and change your peer group.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed myself talking.
I also have a motivator. Yeah, someone you look onto.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I enjoyed myself talking to these young fellows today. And if there's something I could take from what Mr. Prince said, say don't set too many goals. 2020 is coming. Don't do Vision 2020, only 20 goals for 2020. Do the ones you can carry. And then for the lady, she talked about having a motivator and being focused. Hard work pays. Even if it's not now, it will surely pay. And at that note, I want to wrap it up on this discussion segment. But before I go, let me thank you so much for coming on Generation Nest. And also thank you so much for coming on Generation. I hope when I call you back, you come.
Sure, of course.
Okay, at this point, I'm wrapping up the discussion segment of Generation Nest. And we're moving straight to the Voxpop segment, where we ask people, young people actually, the reasons why young people fail to actualize their goals. Keep watching.
Any slight opportunity they get, and this is one of the reasons they fail to understand or to go through the vital experience that is needed, so that when they eventually get to the top, they won't fail. And once they skip these processes, tell me how they will get to the top or to success. And that is it. So another thing is freebies mentality. Freebies mentality, this is in the sense that most youth want it now, and they want the money. They want somebody who will make things easy for them without them learning the basic thing. And when somebody gives you food, the person simply stops you from thinking. When you have everything you need, when you have everything you need, then you may not really see the reason for working. And that is why we don't have good youth today that are capable or accountable for what they do. And this is one of the reasons they fail. Another reason I think youth fail is, let's just call it, because they don't even know the reason they fail. Yes, it may sound funny, but as funny as it seems, it is the truth. Because when you fail, have you come up with the question that why did I actually fail? Check the indication, check the indices why you failed, then try to come up with another means of not repeating that issue again, so that you won't fail again.
Good afternoon. My name is Jachinma, aka Accounts. I'm the Director of Finance and Faculty of Science. And I'm here to tell you what is the actual cause why youth of our time fail in the academics, in relationship, and whatever thing they do. First of all, I will bring you to my field of study, economic factor. The economic factor is a very strong factor why youth fail. Now, there's a form of mediocrity that has swallowed the mind of our youth. Why do I say so? From our past leaders, they've made us understood that doing the illegal things to make money has been a norm in society. Looking at it, our youth now has more time to do what they call Yahoo. Now, most youth in my departmental level, they can go extra mile of staying awake just to fraud people of their money. Not knowing that if they put the same amount of time in putting their skills into practice, they can make much money. Now, this thing we call social media has eaten deep into our bone marrow. Why do I say so? Our youth can spend not less than 5 hours chatting arrant nonsense with their friends without knowing, but eventually they open their book for just 30 minutes, they fall asleep, they say, guy, I'm tired. Why? Because they have getting that as a norm. This phone we see can be used to make money, not just to go on social media. Even the social media we use can be used to make money. Now, the advices they make, the advices they get from their peer groups have added a lot of harms than good. Read voraciously. I am also reading a book. If you can read voraciously, you will go extra mile. You can travel by reading books. You can travel by watching movies, educational movies. Talk to people who has gone there. And lastly, it's very important. Have a mentor that has gone far beyond where you are going. It is easier to get where you are by somebody guiding you than to just go there and somebody directing you. If you direct me to go to that place, I will get there and I will be confused. But if you walk along with me, guiding me on the path to follow, I will never lose my path.
Okay, thank you so much for watching the Voxpop segment where we ask people if the reasons why young people fail to actualize their goals. And that's bringing you straight into the social media segment of Generation Next TV program. And I'm going to read out people's chat concerning this particular topic on why young people fail to actualize their goals. So let's go. The first one I have here is from Chukwuka Ndubisi. Chukwuka Ndubisi is actually commenting from Lagos, and Chukwuka said, young people fail to actualize their goals because most of them are lazy and hard work is not encouraged in this country, so why struggle when you can get it the easy way? That's Chukwuka Ndubisi's opinion on why young people are actually failing to actualize their goal. The second one I have here is from Martina Njoko, and she's commenting from where she said young people fail to actualize their goals because some of them make these goals with actually putting in some factors into place. They just write their goals and think it's easy. When they put their steps into it, they find out that it is not always as it seems. That's Martina's opinion on that. The third one I have here is from Uchechi Onhebo, and she's also commenting from where She said young people fail to actualize their goals because the economic hardship in the country is something else. You will have plans to start up a business, at the end of the day, the funds, everything works against it, and at that, you have no other option than to fail. That's Uchechi's opinion on that. The last one I have here is Chukwuka Nduka's comment on this. He said young people fail to actualize their goals because of sheer laziness. No matter what you face, keep at it, you will always succeed. And with Chukwuka's opinion on this issue, we're running up today's edition of Generation Next, where we discuss reasons why young people fail. If there's anything you can take from today's program, as 2020 is approaching, don't make too many goals. Set what you can actualize and take it one step at a time, and also be focused. And at this point, I am so sad to leave you, to tell you bye on this particular edition of Generation Next. I hope to see you same time, same station next week. My name is Esther and Nmaju. See you on Friday next week. Bye.
Thank you.